Man, this is the best dance battle I've ever seen in a movie. Like
This is not the best dance battle I've ever seen in a movie.
I don't care that you can watch. You got served and dudes is popping and breaking, doing all this stuff. You can watch breaking and see people dance.
Okay.
I don't care.
How do you say breaking in the same sentence of house party is the best? Breaking is one of the best dance battles. How do you even?
Which battle though?
Nick Quote has just lost 100 cool points for even identifying that this could be a better dance battle than anything done in breaking.
In any movie.
What?
Watch this. Let me break it down. Let me break it down. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome to BFQ Podcast, where we break down black culture with an emphasis in black classic cinema.
Classic
cinema,
I mean? Yes.
I'm your host, Nick Quotes.
Nick Quotes.
And this is my co-host, Benny Ash. The lovely Benny Ash.
The lovely Benny Ash. What's up?
Being that this is our first episode, we're going to take a little bit of time to introduce ourselves, you know what I mean?
Right.
While also giving our top 5 black films of all time.
Wait, we have to start with the top 5 already?
Top 5 black film. Putting the pressure on you. The top 5 black films.
He did not tell
Your
me that in our pre-production call. I did not get that memo.
Because you got to be spontaneous. You got to be in the moment in podcasting.
Right,
You got to just hit them with the...
All right, top 5. Okay. All right. Well, you first. You go first.
Ladies are first.
What?
So you introduce yourself
This is
first.
not a moment for chivalry.
Introduce yourself.
All right. So I'm Benny Ash. What's up, from Harlem, New York. We were recording in Los Angeles, California, but I am a New Yorker. Thank you. And I am obsessed with television. I mean, obsessed. Okay, you know what? I was a latchkey kid. My mom used to leave me in the house a lot, so my babysitter was television. And so I have fallen in love with it. That will be my second career when I am done with my first. And,
Which is?
My first is I own a beer company. I am
That's right,
CEO of the first black-owned, veteran-owned, woman-owned brewery out of Inglewood, California. Inglewood. So, yes, Crowns and Hops is my first love, and film is my second. All right.
Shout out to the black woman owning beer companies and shit like that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, do I have to get my top 5 now, or can we wait? Okay. And this is gonna, because some of the movies I'm gonna pick, you're gonna say, well, that's not black, but I will in future episodes we will debate the definition of what a black film is.
It has to have a black person in it.
Of course, there's a black person in it, but there's more than that. It's like, is it produced by black people? There's a lot we have to figure out to really define.
Most produced films by black people are about black people.
Okay, all right. So top 5 in no particular order is, of course, Boomerang. It's one of my favorites, obviously.
Solid.
Yes. Okay, is Trading Places a black? It feels so black.
That's a debatable thing.
So black.
Eddie makes it black. Well, that one I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Just because Eddie makes everything he do.
He makes
really black.
everything.
Especially Trading. He makes that funny. That was funny as hell.
Everything he does. The Wood, because I'm a sucker for a good high school rom-com.
Absolutely.
Kind of drama.
I as well.
Okay, I love The Golden Child. I don't think, but I'm also a nerd. But okay, is The Golden Child a black movie? It's very, very black when he's in that temple talking about you got the knife.
We're going to ask y'all what y'all think about
Yes,
that. I don't believe The Golden Child's a black movie, even though Eddie is in it. I don't believe it's a black movie.
So
it's kind of like Indiana Jones to me in that realm. But as far as a black movie, I wouldn't categorize it. But I'll accept it being that Eddie Murphy's in it for you. So
okay, all right.
No,
I think I got one more. Okay. I don't. Shit. Okay, you have to come back. I don't know. I don't. There's so many.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause.
She's gonna pause on that to give her a fifth one. Boop. She got a Mount Rushmore. She got the 4.
I got the 4.
All right, so here we go. I'm Nick Quotes. Nick Jones. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, but I've been living in Los Angeles for like 9 years now.
They're not the one other Kansas City, but the other Kansas City.
Not the Kansas City, Missouri. That's why I have to say the whole thing because y'all just don't know. So I've been living here for about 9 years now. I'm a film producer, writer, director. My production company is Nick Jones Productions. Y'all can go to nickjonesproductions.net for all your production needs. If you want to shoot a web series, a movie,
anything,
TV series, anything, a wedding, bar mitzvah, all that. come to nickjonesproductions.net. You can also stream a couple of my films on there as well. So,
Series, shows.
And my top 5
Okay. He's so prepared.
favorite films of all time. Number 1, House Party. So, which we will be getting to pretty soon. Number 2, I got to give it to The Wood. The Wood
Such a good movie.
It's a great film.
Why don't we have more movies like The Wood?
I know,
so
man.
frustrating.
I'm gonna make one.
All right, bye.
Third is Love Jones.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You got to throw Love Jones in there.
That's a
It was
good
just so
one.
well done, and we will be. All of these films you hear me saying,
we'll be talking. We have lots to talk about.
Oh yeah. So number 4, Best Man. Got to give it to Best Man. And number 5.
Yeah.
5 is always tough because there's so many more left.
Well, are you putting them in order? Is this order?
This is in order.
Okay. I don't have an
For the
order.
top
how
5.
How do you know? I hope this is going to change.
That's why I said.
Next couple episodes, this is all going to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. Okay, since we know it's going to change, I'm going to give this, the 5th one, I'll just give it to Boomerang.
Okay.
I'll give it to Boomerang.
Because Boomerang should be the number 1 on everybody's list.
House Party's number 1 on my list.
Okay.
Although,
Okay.
same director, Reginald Hudlin.
Damn near the same cast.
And being that House Party was my number 1 film, that's the first film we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Rolling.
Get it played now.
Hey, even though they didn't sing that song.
It doesn't matter.
Ain't my type of hype, though.
Ain't my type of hype, baby.
House Party 1. You gotta say House Party 1, the original.
Yes,
Being that they've been remaking House Parties.
Yes.
And all that, you have to say
I don't know about this new remake. I heard it was-
original.
yeah.
We're talking about the original House Party with Kid and Play as the lead.
Yes.
With fine ass Shireen and Sydney.
Yes.
All of them. So
Yes.
we gotta get into that. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick breakdown of what the
Yes.
movie's about. So
Sure.
a high school teen gets in trouble for fighting in the school with the bully, the school bully, who made fun of his dead mom. Bad timing because his best friend is throwing a party tonight.
Yep.
So he's hoping that the school don't contact his father so he can still make the party. But of course they do. And now his father says he can't go to the party. But what does a young teenager do every time? He sneaks out.
Of course.
So he snuck out and he goes on adventures of ups and downs in a night full of chaos, euphoria wrapped into a ball full of fun and hectic bullshit.
Did you write that? Euphoria in a night wrapped full of hectic? It's worded very beautifully. I mean, I'm saying I would see that just based on that with euphoria and this wrapped in this misadventure. Yeah, it sounds.
That boy, and as that goes, you know what I mean? What did you think of the film as far as at that time in the early 90s, this coming out? It wasn't a lot of black films out at that time.
Listen, that movie, the year that it came out, I wasn't exactly in college yet, if I'm not mistaken. So for me, I was like, is this what life looks like when I leave the clutches of my mom? My mom was very strict. I wasn't really allowed to go out. Like I said, I was home watching television. I wasn't allowed to do much. So I would watch House Party and be like, what neighborhoods and communities have parties like this on a random weekday?
Absolutely.
People don't even understand that was a weekday. And I wanted to move into that particular neighborhood and go to that school.
Yeah, and to go to that party.
And go to that party.
So yeah, man, the movie, for me, growing up, see, the thing about me, I grew up in a harsh environment. The harsh realities of the hood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it that way. So my escapism was film. And House Party was my number 1 escape, and it still is to this very day.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling bad about something, I'm going through too much, I always throw on House Party. It always lifts my spirits and take my mind off anything that's going on that might be a problem, which is why this is my favorite film. Because when I look at film, I look at escapism. Mm-hmm. So the ones that can take you away from all the bullshit the most and make you forget all your troubles, those are the ones I lean into the most as far as my favorites. Don't get me wrong, I'll watch a drama. I'll watch some serious shit. But if I really want to enjoy myself, I'm going to watch something like House Party, Friday, or something that's going to make me laugh and cheer me up. When I get into a movie, I dive in. I feel like I'm the main character. You can't tell me I'm not kid at that time, especially in the 90s. I was
Wait,
kid.
you thought you were a kid?
Listen, I'm gonna tell
Oh
you
my
why.
God.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Only at that age. Only at the young
Nobody
tender
thought
age
they were kids.
of 90.
Everybody was playing.
of 9. I was 9 years old. Oh no.
What?
When we
How
get
could you want to be kid?
I didn't want
over
listen,
play?
listen, I didn't want to be kid.
Oh my God.
I didn't want to be kid
Okay.
when I was older, but when it came out, I was 9 or 8.
And you wanted to be kid?
Of course.
Play was the
Watch
player.
this.
Play
Toe
was
to
it.
toe,
Play was
kid and play
it.
is on a roll again. It's only right that we keep the crowd dancing. Rhymes are dope and the tempo is steady. You ready? Let's rip the floor like confetti. Man, he was spitting like he was. The best.
He was definitely okay. Wait. Let me ask the question. You wanted to be kid based on the group Kid and Play, or you wanted to be kid in the movie? Because he always played.
I wanted to be kid because he was the good guy.
Kid
in the
always
movie
played
at
that
first.
role, that like persona in every movie. The good guy, very wholesome, very, didn't want to, push any buttons, and that's who.
And as a child, you gotta understand, as a child, that's how you are presented with things: the good guy and the bad guy.
Yes.
So as a kid, you gotta understand, Play was diabolical in this.
Play was
film.
diabolical. He was.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Let me tell you this though. When I became a teenager,
he was the worst.
and became in my 20s. That was my favorite character. Play. That's what I wanted to be for. Play is the coolest nigga on the planet, especially back then. Like he was the coolest dude ever.
Play was the
worst. That's my guy. But as far as who he was as a person in that film, he was horrible. You know what I mean?
Play was the character that every girl wanted to date.
Exactly.
Every girl wanted to date Play, even though they knew he was shit all over them.
Yep.
They 100%. He had the car, he had the house, he was middle class, he had money, he could dress his ass off, and he was smooth, he was brown, man. I know that was that whole era was very light-skinned men ruling the world.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
we're gonna get into that.
Okay, all right. So let's back it up.
All right, so let's get into these characters. We're gonna get to Play here in a second.
Right,
we're gonna start with Kid though.
All right.
So to me, Kid's acting was really good. This is his first movie. I think they did a good job.
They did a really good job. They did do a really good job.
Kid acting was good. Like you would think that he'd been in some stuff before. His comic timing was on point.
Yeah, it was good.
I just felt so bad for him as a child. When this first came out, I felt so horrible for Kid. He was just under stress the whole movie.
He was.
Man.
He was pretty fucking stressed out.
Stressed out every second. Like he go to school, he start off with his dad waking him up, cussing him out. Get your ass in there.
His dad.
You know what I mean? You want to come out and eat this shit before it get cold. You know what I mean? All that. Then he go to school and the bullies pick on him.
Yeah.
They beat his ass. Then he get in trouble for some shit that he didn't even start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he can't go to the party. And then while he's on his way to the party, when he snuck out, the bullies find him again. The bullies
find him. They fuck with him.
Oh, he just went through it. And then he ended up going to jail at the end. And then after all of that chaos, he get his ass whooped by his dad. I felt horrible.
Okay, but the highlight of he would have done all of that again for that one moment he had in the room with Sydney. He would. It was all worth it.
It was worth it.
For that, and that's what high school was about.
That is exactly
You'll do whatever you can do to get that one moment of kissing and petting and all. That's all you wanted was the one moment to connect with the girl, or for the girl to connect with the guy. Okay, but wait, let's talk about the character.
Absolutely, hold on. Just on your point, prime example. This is in the wood. In the wood, when Mike got beat up.
Yeah.
And these boys asked him after that, was it worth it?
He said,
was getting beat down worth it? And he said, hell yeah. Exactly. So that's what it's about when you're in school. You know what I mean?
That's also the great thing about House Party. I think you probably go back to it, or any of us go back to it, because it reminds us of what it's like to just be young and not give a fuck.
Yes, it's very nostalgic.
Nobody at that party gave a fuck about anything at all except for being in that party and having a really good time.
Facts.
And I mean, not for nothing, I can't remember the last time I just went somewhere and all I cared about was just having a good time.
And then enjoying yourself, and to the point to where the energy was right. We don't dance like that no more.
No, we don't. No, they don't dance like that in LA. Be very clear. Any other state you go to in America or country dances more than they do in LA. I think living here just people don't.
They don't do it in Kansas City.
What?
Not no more. Back in the 90s they did.
People dance. Well, I'm from New York and we dance.
Yeah, because y'all got dance. We
dance. You put music on, it's immediate. It's immediate.
I gotta get out.
I'll be there this summer.
All right, let's get to Play, man. Now let's talk about Play, man.
All right. Let's talk about Play. I personally, Play got on my nerves. He always kind of got on my last damn. He was such a dick. He was such He was just such a dick. And you know what?
He played the role good, though.
Maybe it's because every movie after House Party with the two of them, he's always a dick to Kid.
But he always come through at the end. It's like he's a dick all movie, and then at the end he comes through.
I always feel like he comes through, but he still does it in a very selfish way. Like, he does it, but...
Not getting him out of jail.
I mean, kind of.
He went to everybody and got the money. And from girls and Bilal and everybody. He redeemed himself a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. I don't think it was enough.
At the very end. The last 5 minutes of every movie, he does something nice.
Yep. Every movie like the House Party 2.
I guess makes up
he did
for...
the same thing. House Party 3, he did the
allows
same
Kid to continue to be friends with him. Because he's the worst friend ever.
Yes, he is.
The worst friend
He's
ever.
the worst. He's probably the worst friend in the history of
friends.
Movies.
Yeah, he's the pits.
Yeah, he's probably the worst friend.
Like, can we do sound effects? Like
right,
just
so Play, but if you noticed, Play never got bullied in none of the movies. Even if you go to House Party 2 and 3, like
he never got
bullied. Like, he was so cool.
He's a man.
That, like, even Full Force, like I ain't trying to see you. I want to hurt that punk kid that's standing behind you. Like what was it about Play that? He just happened to never.
Play was a smooth ass dude, yo. He was smooth. He was a very smooth dude. He was good with the ladies. He always, he had the best parties. He probably had the best snacks. Like, he was just a dude that people wanted to fuck with, basically. Yeah. But what did suck about him is he never. Not only was he a bad friend, he continuously watched his friend get beat up. As often, he never stepped in to support his friend.
Him or
ever.
Bilal.
Like, if Kid was getting his ass really beat, Play would be standing on the sidelines like, yo, that was crazy.
Yeah, he was like this when he was getting his ass whooped. He was just like...
He's more embarrassed. And usually when people hang out with cool guys, they get cool association. Why is it Kid never became cool, even though he was hanging out with the coolest, most popular dude in school? He was still bullied. That does not happen.
I think Kid was cool. I think he was cool.
No, he was still bullied.
He was just soft. Well, actually,
he was still
let's think about this though. Was Kid soft?
I mean, no. I mean, he was a lover. As soft as a lover can be.
When Full Force talked shit about his mom and got up and said, "What's the matter? Your mother can't afford her iron?" I tell you what, just tell her to come on over to Stab. I'll put her on a stroll. She can save up and get one. Said some shit. Called his mama a hoe.
Yeah.
What did Kid do when he called his mama a hoe? He picked up a handful of Jell-O and threw it at Stab.
Yes.
Stab said, "This punk motherfucker throwing shit at us." And then I smell something. I smell pussy. He's a pussy. Let's kick his ass.
Yeah.
Soon as they said that, what did Kid do? Kid swung first.
He swung first. He wasn't
no punk. He just...
No, I'm talking about Play. Why? He was still a punk. Kid was still a punk.
Think so?
Kid was still a punk. He was still a... I mean, my definition of punk isn't necessarily someone that doesn't defend himself. It's also someone that people constantly bully on.
Yeah, that's true. But that could be because he's a good-looking guy. You know how dudes want to beat up on the light-skinned pretty boys?
I'm about to say, in this situation, it was because he was light-skinned. Not because he's pretty dude. He's just light-skinned.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Full Force is dark. Everybody that was cool and sort of the alpha in this situation were all men. Even Martin Lawrence.
Bilal.
Even Martin Lawrence. Bilal. He stepped to, what's his name? Like, yo, step the fuck,
Yeah, chills at.
Chill, man. Yo, chill. I told you.
You bump this motherfucking table again, I'm going to kick your fucking heart out.
Exactly. Another brown-skinned brother being assertive and taking control. Actually, you know what? Let me just take a step back.
They did the stereotypes like a motherfucker.
Let me just take all of the... I will give mad props to this movie because all of the alpha, aggressive, suave characters were brown-skinned like myself, like yourself, and that never happens. We are never the leads. We
wasn't the lead. That's something we're going to get into. I got a hot topic. My hot topic is about that.
Okay, we're going to wait for that. Okay, finish going through the characters. Yeah. Let's go.
So let's go ahead and go to Sydney.
Okay.
All right, Tisha Campbell.
Really?
Let me get there. I thought Tisha Campbell was beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She was even more beautiful in Martin than she was in House Party.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
Yes.
She was played, She was played up to be like the girl next door,
The
nice
girl next
girl,
door, very wholesome.
Yeah, but none of these characters was without flaws. So even though she was wholesome and good, she did some stuff that was very side-eyed.
Oh, in this movie?
Yes.
She ain't do nothing that was side-eyed.
All right. Now
What she do with side-eyed?
You know that your girl is trying to mess with Kid, right? You know Shireen and Kid had a little thing going.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
That in the middle, not
they was upstairs about to do it.
No, they were not about to do it. They were getting.
Remember, and Sydney came up in there.
She was never. Shireen was never gonna fuck Kid. To be clear,
possible.
Shireen was the biggest flirt.
But she was like, "Hold on, you just gotta take your time first." Remember.
I do not think Shireen was a hoe in any way, shape, or form.
No, hell no.
She never gave it up. No. She never did, but she will flirt and tease until like the end of time.
We're gonna get to her next.
Okay.
We're gonna get to her next.
So Sydney was pure. Sydney was innocent.
She tried to be a good person.
Sydney was the light-skinned chick, middle class, who had the good parents.
Yeah.
She wouldn't, try to date someone that her friend's dating. But she got approval. And so she
That's true. She did get approval.
She got approval.
So ladies and gentlemen, she did get approval. She asked to take. She said, "Look,
was like, I'm gonna
if you like them, try and take them."
Right. And that's exactly what
you know what, you're right. Sydney was right. In this movie, Sydney was
she did everything by the rules. She got home on time. She's a good girl to her parents.
Although she did sneak a dude in the house and was trying to get it.
But her parents don't know. That's what you do. That's how you do it back then. You gotta play the role for your parents and be, the good girl, and then in the streets you're out here doing dance battles.
Yeah. We're going so AJ Johnson. Go ahead.
AJ Johnson, who is an amazing person. Shout out to AJ. Shireen. Now Shireen was your classic girl from the hood, living in the projects with like 100 of her family members, drinking sweet ass Kool-Aid and having no private personal space, which Play calls out. To Kid, you can't fuck with Shireen because you need to be with a girl that has privacy. Yeah. And Shireen, being from the hood, living in the projects, never has privacy. So I mean, it was kind of laid out in the stars how it was supposed to happen before it actually happened. Like Play, who had the ability to have his house to himself, could invite someone like Shireen, right? But Kid, who can't even invite anybody to his house, had to be with someone like Sydney.
Play was trying to play Kid though with that.
Yeah, Play tried to play everybody.
Because Kid wanted Shireen.
Everybody wanted Shireen. She was sexy. She was confident. She was, she said what she wanted. She was a tease. She was a big fucking tease. That's a fact. She was a big fucking tease.
Let me talk about Shireen real quick. I'm gonna start off with this. Shawty was empty and cold, taking my heart to taking my soul. All my dreams once revolved around you. And now I see you in this place. Same pretty hair, same pretty face. And I'm wondering what wrong did I do? Now, Arts and Crafts. Shout out to Arts and Crafts. When I seen that and they played the music perfectly with Shireen dancing and smiling and looking at oh my gosh. She fell in love with her immediately.
Yeah, she was the best.
She was the best.
Shireen was
she was the finest one on the whole movie, first of all.
Facts.
She was the finest one on the whole movie.
Facts.
She was finer than Sydney. We can chat later though.
She was.
But don't get me wrong. Sydney still. But AJ Johnson.
Yeah.
Man, I wish she would have played more stuff.
She has.
The next time I had seen her for real after House Party was Baby Boy.
God, she was so good in that.
But man, she was. And she still was fine. She didn't even look like she could be a mom.
She's still fine today.
Yeah, she still is.
She still looks amazing.
AJ Johnson, get us some more stuff, please. You know what I mean? I know they want you with some stuff. Please get some more stuff. She was fine as hell, man.
All right. Who you got
But let me talk about Shireen real quick.
Oh, okay. All right.
Shireen was a player, man. She was a big player. You know what I mean?
She was.
She could have any dude she want, and she played them. She said, look, man, one's going to be available, the other one's not. I'm just playing the averages. Like, what? What girl do that? Yeah, she was from the projects.
Yeah, she was.
And she wasn't giving, like you said, she was not a hoe. She wasn't giving nobody nothing. She'll dance and be a little promiscuous with somebody.
She didn't need
or flirt with somebody, but she is not giving up nothing. Even though she said she would.
No, she never would. She might have been a virgin. In all honesty, I could.
She said he need to quit hanging around on his boys, and then maybe I'll give him some. That's what she said about kids.
I feel like she could have been. You know, she'd walk me to my door, get me home safely, and good night.
She was real mature. Every time niggas tried to get a kiss, though, she 86.
She was like, bye.
She 86 play, and she 86 kid. Every time they try to go in for the kill, man, like.
Yeah.
Man.
At the end of the day, nobody got a kiss from her.
Nobody.
Not a single
they made
person.
dates, and she made dates with both of them.
She sure the fuck did. Shout out to Shireen.
Shireen was a player, man. Like, I don't get it messed up. Man.
Inspirational.
Very inspirational.
All right, who we got next?
So, all right, this guy right here.
R.I.P. Man, one of the best to ever do it.
One of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
Robin Harris. Shout out to Robin Harris.
Shout out to Robin fucking Harris.
The Comedy Act. You know, here in Los Angeles. Comedy Act Theater, that's where he used to do all his things at, you know what I mean? So he was a stand-up. He was a beast. He ran natty, and I think if he would have lived, it would have been hard for other people to get jobs. Like, because Bernie wouldn't have, him and Bernie kind of got a similar style.
Yeah.
He would have had a lot of that, man. I'm going to tell you that right now, man.
Yeah.
To me, it didn't seem like he was acting. His stuff felt so real.
Yeah.
The way he was talking to his kid, that's how my mom and the elders around me talk to me like that. Yeah. It was perfect, man. Yeah. Like I don't know, man.
Robin Harris is pretty. He made this movie.
He definitely made
this movie would never have been the same without Robin Harris. And you know what?
They never were.
I always felt like the casting.
I like both other two, but they never were.
The casting was amazing. It was a little weird that his dad was the darkest nigga on the planet.
But he said, I should have never married that white girl. He should have never
married a white girl. And let me say it again. It is weird that he was the darkest dude on the planet. But like you said, he was like, I never should have married that white girl. So you were like, okay, why is his kid so light and his dad is so crazy? Dark?
Here's the ironic thing. Kid's real life mimicked House Party without the Hudlin brothers even knowing it.
Wait, is his mom white?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And his dad is dark like Robin Harris, and he's Jamaican.
Oh, is he?
Yes. And here's the thing. His mom died in a car accident when he was young.
Oh, damn.
When he was 9.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So this movie, without the Hudlin brothers even knowing it, mimicked his real life.
That's crazy.
Ain't that wild?
That is very crazy. I really did not know that. Look at the facts. Look at the fun facts you find out.
Hey, man, you got to, do the research.
Guy.
I didn't watch the many Christopher Reed.
The history.
Christopher Reed interviews, man. So, and Christopher Martin, man. And I wish Play and Kid would have did more acting outside of House Party and Class Act, man. I think they was.
Can't wait to talk about Class Act. You know what? Class Act's on my list. I know classic. People don't love that movie. That is one of the best. I don't know.
It's funny. It's supposed to be what it is, and it's amazing.
Exactly what it is. All right. So Robin Harris, you guys. Robin Harris single-handedly is responsible for some of the dopest quotes in film. Follow the drip. Follow the drip. Follow the drip. Yes. What else we got? We got follow the drip. We got.
He said, I should have known you was in here. Could have seen the drippers in the driveway. Police don't never had no problem finding. Just follow the drip. Follow the drip. They never had no problem finding.
He
said, I got a weight problem. Look, I can't wait to eat. Like this.
Man,
that boy was off the chain.
Man.
Great. Great. We lost a great.
The way he handled the police in that movie. Listen, clearly police harassment has been a constant in Black culture for all times. It's been in movies for decades. And I think the way he handled them, the way he talked to them is one of the best representations of Black people not giving a fuck about the cops.
That's a whole fact.
Killed it.
That's a whole fact.
Intimidated them, and they all they could do is
shit, don't think I can't read no badge, chump. Boy in Renault Street.
Man, Robin Harris was amazing.
They were scandals though. They said, he's like, I know why you fucking with me. He said, because I'm a Black man on a Black block and y'all just want to bust my Black ass.
The best.
And he said, oh, you just look suspicious. And you definitely look Black. The cops was scandalous as a motherfucker. He said, your wife Black, you old bitch.
Man.
Robin Harris was going back at him. Man. Robin Harris is a dog on that, man.
So
he
good.
He was so good, man.
So good.
So we just get into Full Force.
Okay, full.
How old was these niggas?
They had to be... In the movie, they look like they were 40 years old.
Right. Like, look, another fun fact. Kid and Play were 28 and 29.
So then how old was Full Force?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
Exactly. They had to be 30. They had to be in their 30s at least.
And why was he wearing a off-the-shoulder top?
Hey, man, that's Stab, man. That's B-Fine. What? Hold on.
No,
that ain't B-Fine.
That was Paul. That was Paul.
Yeah,
Why
Paul.
was he wearing a cut-off, off-the-shoulder shirt?
Hey, man, that's how you got to understand it. We coming right out of the 80s. You remember how niggas used to wear the biking shorts and the cut-off shirts with the stomach and the abs showing? That was like a thing then, man. We coming right out of that Prince,
and have
Michael
the nerve
Jackson.
To be saying to other people, I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Yes.
Have the nerve to be kicking other people's fucking ass with a cut-off shoulder. And we're gonna talk about shoulders because I got a whole lot to say about shoulders and hands in 90s movies, dancing, and culture. But okay,
that's a fact. Hey, one fun fact about Full Force is every line that you heard them say in that movie improvised.
Really?
Yes, they had a basic outline. They came up with kick your fucking ass, all that.
The best.
Yeah, I smell pussy, all that.
I smell pussy.
Like. They made it up.
Wow,
they brought all that to that.
That is very impressive.
They just used first they only used Full Force just to show Reggie. He was like he wanted to use them to show whoever they did hire how to act. But instead they was doing it so good he was just like fuck it, man.
I mean they were being,
and I'm glad because they was amazing.
40-year-old high school students.
Yeah, they was 40-year-olds. And we're gonna touch on Bilal real quick.
Oh, Bilal Martin Lawrence. Was this his first movie?
No. His first movie was Do the Right Thing.
Okay, all right, but this is we will definitely do the right thing. Yeah. Martin Lawrence's character Bilal was I think one of the best characters in this movie. His energy, his opposition to play, and everybody in the movie. He's that one friend that you love to have around, but gets on your fucking nerves. And why did they not just give this dude some gum? They called him Dragon Breath.
They finally gave him some Banaka and House Party 2.
They called him Dragon Breath and talked about how bad his breath smelled, but no one ever offered this man a mint.
He was so angry. Do you think he was angry because they was always calling him Dragon Breath? Like that was a thing that caused him to be angry.
I would be angry if someone tells me my breath, but is it like halitosis? Like what is it?
Yeah, he had a problem.
Because no one ever offered him. It was as simple as a gum, or a mint, or maybe some lemon or something to coat like a gargling situation. Like what is? Why is it?
Not some lemon though.
Lemon is a breath. It's fresh as the breath. I'm just saying.
Hey man, he's saying
some fun facts.
He needed something bad, man.
All right.
Oh, Marty Marr, he went on to become a great.
He went on to be the sensation that
and it's funny because when you watch House Party, I don't even see him. I see him as Bilal.
Like only.
I don't even see him as Martin on the TV show. I see him as Bilal.
It's
the most hilarious thing.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to do some quick honorable mentions because we kind of running a little.
All right, what we got?
So Chill and Groove.
Yay.
Fun fact about them, they were supposed to be the main characters.
Really?
Yep. They were supposed to be the main characters.
They were supposed to be Kid and Play?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because the person, the company in charge of the film or whatever was, they were on the label of that company. So they were supposed to be the main characters. And then, of course, Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff was supposed to be the main characters.
Oh, okay.
Both of them. So that's just a little fun fact for y'all. You know, y'all can look it up and read that. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't either, man, because Kid and Play was perfect for that role. I do think Will and Jazz could have killed it, though.
I mean, also sad fact about Chill, though, right? Because, today, was it a car accident?
Yeah, he's still alive, but he's
still acting.
Yeah, he's acting more than
he was before, but unfortunately he had an accident and was paralyzed.
Yeah, he was paralyzed.
He's in a wheelchair now. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair now.
Shout out to Chill, man.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite characters on that movie, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't no punk, man, you know what I mean? He stepped to that. Hey, shout out to that fine-ass chick that he stepped to that curved him.
Wait, which one?
What was that girl name? What was that girl name?
Well, I don't know. Finish going to some people are shouting out, and then we'll get to that. Who else we shouting out?
John Witherspoon.
Oh,
rest in peace.
Oh man.
Rest in peace to John Witherspoon.
Man, the best neighbor ever. The best neighbor.
You should see the skirt she got on. You know what I mean? Cops. You know, it's 2 inches above the thing. You know what I'm talking about. He was just
Best
funny,
neighbor
man.
ever.
He was just funny,
Ever.
man. And then his
Ever.
wife, hey, another known fact. That the woman that played in
Same parents from Boomerang.
same as from
Same
Boomerang,
fucking parents from Boomerang.
same, and he's also played a part in House Party. No, Friday After Next.
Yeah. He's
remember
always a
she was
dad, but
Miss
she wasn't.
Pearly.
Oh, she was. Yeah.
Yep. And remember they had
They definitely rocked a few movies
Oh my
together,
God,
either as a couple or just made sure
they was great together.
And that was, you
they
know
should
what?
have had their own movie or TV show.
That's what I think we're missing in today's film world is the recycling of the actors. Like, you know who does that well? What's his name? White dude, Jewish guy.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler is the only other, I think, comedian or actor, but outside the Wayne brothers, honestly, that
'cause they had a run.
continuously
Which they need to come
recycles
back. They tripping. Man.
recycles their friends, and they've all become superstars because of it.
That's a fact.
You keep
That's
putting
a
them in the
whole
roles.
fact.
And that's what was happening back then. Martin Lawrence was always kind of in everything, and we don't do that as much as we should anymore, for fact.
Shout out to the cameos that was in it. You know,
Yeah.
you had Joe Torre you gotta look close.
Yeah.
In the cafeteria scene, you gotta look at the other AJ Johnson, Ezel
Yeah.
from Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the step off girl, I forgot her name. But she
You
was
know what
fine.
we really need to give a shout out to? The girl during the switch scene.
Say, the girl that was dancing with kid that was doing
that
this,
was
he like switch again.
And he
Like,
kept getting her, the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
who nobody fucked with.
yeah.
You know, shout
She
out
wasn't
to
that
her.
bad, man.
But there's always that girl at a party that is just taking up space.
Yeah.
And people, at the end of the day, she might get a number because there's no one else got a number from anyone else.
That's fact.
But it's like, you don't want her to leave, but you don't really give a fuck if she stays.
Yeah.
And she's kind of taking up space.
But she was dancing though. She
She's
didn't give
kind
a
of
fuck.
quiet, but she was bold though, right?
She was very
was
bold.
not about to accept that kid was looking at Shireen while he was dancing with her. She was trying to get his attention. She was fighting for
Yeah,
her
she was.
for her spot, but you know what? She was just boring.
She was like, nigga, look at
She
me.
was just
You know what I mean?
very-
Look at me.
just
Like,
very taking up space. But shout out to those girls.
Yes.
Shout out to
You
y'all
need a variety at the party.
for showing up at the party and holding your shit down. We commend you. Yes. Keep
So-
taking up space.
Top 3 characters.
All right, top 3 characters. Okay, Robin Harris, obviously.
Yep.
I have to say Bilal.
Hey, I can't argue that.
I have to say Bilal, and I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. He made that. He
They are great.
made them the best bullies
They are
I've ever
great.
seen.
They
The
are
funniest bullies I've ever seen.
They
All right.
they stole every scene they was in.
They stole every scene they were in. Okay, what you got? Who's the top 3?
It's not too far from what you got.
Okay, what you got?
Robin Harris, number 1. He was I think he just popped off the screen every time he was on screen. He popped off of it. Number 2, Full Force. They made
that fucking
Oh
film.
my God.
Yeah, they made that film.
Man, they did a fucking phenomenal job. And my 3rd is Play.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy because he's one of my favorite players, one of my favorite characters, and one of my worst characters at the same. He's in both categories. So, I always wanted to be Play my whole life. I wanted to be Play my whole life, even outside of.
I mean, you're the color of Play.
He was the
got
coolest.
that beautiful brown
Yeah,
skin.
he was
he's
the coolest dude ever,
Yeah,
man.
true.
Like that's the coolest dude. I love Kid, but Play was just the coolest dude ever. His clothes was always fly. I love that suit. All right, who got on your nerves the most?
Play.
Yep.
Fucking Play got on my last fucking
You know who got on my nerves? The 2 people that I like the most. Play and Robin Harris got on my nerves because he kept fucking with Kid.
I love Robin Harris, but he was so I appreciated Robin Harris's getting on everybody's nerves, but Play.
Yeah, I do it. You right about that.
Selfish
Play
ass.
was selfish, man.
Selfish ass attitude. I couldn't take it, man.
Top 2 quotes from the film.
I think we've said them already. It's the I'm gonna kick your fucking motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
That is my and I smell pussy. It's just so inappropriately perfect.
Yep.
Cry 2 tears in the bucket.
2
Fuck
tears
it.
in the bucket.
Take it
Fuck
to
it,
the
let's take it to the
stage.
stage.
Take it
I'm
to
glad
the
you brought it. I
stage.
would have forgot that. And I would have
Take
been
it to the
mad later.
stage.
If we wouldn't have got that in this podcast, I would have been mad. That part used to
And the-
crack me up so much
Yeah,
as a kid.
cry 2
If
tears
you want
in the
your-
bucket.
They said,
Fuck
"What you leave the brother alone? You want another
Take-
part in your head?"
Right. Cry 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Take it to the stage. Like, yeah, that was pretty.
That was and this is another one.
Okay.
Hey, let me borrow it. No, my brother. You got to buy your own. Like, come on now. They doing infomercials in their show, in their movie. Like, come on, that was hilarious. And those infomercials come on all the time back then. That was hilarious, man.
And I like the rap Kid did.
We about to get into that.
Kid's much more than hair and a smack.
Yes.
Like, I don't
okay,
know.
that's
those are my... Okay. Yep. And then there's just the regular ones, follow the drip. Every fucking thing out of Robin Harris's mouth.
Actually, the whole movie is a quote.
Everything out of Robin Harris's mouth is a fucking quote. Yes. So, all right. Versus section. What's that? This is the versus section. The versus section, we compare. It's a lot of comparison. Okay. And everything. And I'm going to ask you the question, and you tell me what you think. Okay. And then you can ask me. We'll just do it reverse. So for me, even though I said it already, Tisha and AJ Johnson, who would I go for? They both fine, but I'm going to have to pick Shireen. Yeah, Shireen is hands down win. Yes. For you, kid or play? Play. Light-skinned dudes just don't do it for me. Hey, man. I didn't make her say that. I just gotta be honest, man. I'm a brown skinned woman, so I like my brown skin chocolate, delicious chocolate brothers. And I don't discriminate. Whoever's finer was finer, and the chocolate woman just happened to be the finest one. She was the finest one. She was so fine. All right. Who won the dance battle? Think about it before you say it. Who won the dance battle? The girls. Yes. The girls won it. I agree. Did you see how difficult their routine was? Oh my God. Their routine was not only difficult, it was sexy. Yes. It was smooth. It was classic. Yep. Kid and Play just did the Kid and Play. Yeah. Which is a dance we had already saw. It wasn't a choreographed routine. They just literally did the Kid and Play dance. They had other dances in there. They did a little sliding and a bunch of other. But they shit was more intricate. It was more intricate and it was sexy. Yeah, they was popping and locking. Yeah, they were very. It was. And let me just note about this dance battle, man. This is probably the best dance battle I ever seen in a movie. Like This is not the best dance battle I've ever seen in a movie. I don't care that you can watch You Got Served and dudes is popping and breaking, doing all this stuff. You can watch breaking and see people dance. Okay. I don't care. How do you say breaking in the same sentence of House Party is the best? Breaking is one of the best dance battles. How do you even? Which battle though? Nick quote has just lost 100 cool points for even identifying that this could be a better dance battle than anything done in breaking. In any movie. What? Any movie. Oh. Nothing's gonna make you feel better than watching Kid and Play battle Shireen. Nothing's gonna make you better than watching breaking and the dude dancing on the ceiling. Breaking. I used to break. Are you kidding me? That's not a dance battle. That's just him dancing by himself. I'm talking about a dance battle. All right, fine. Mm-hmm. Still wrong, but I will calm myself. Who won the rap battle? Kid. Yeah. Kid fucking run that rap battle. Obvious. It's obvious when you watch it that he won. 100%. Don't get me wrong, I like Plays rap too. They both was busting. Kid won that house battle. Yeah. Facts. That's a whole fact. Facts. But he was supposed to win. That was the whole point. He was supposed to shit on Play because Play was shitting on him the whole movie. So that was okay. Who was the better friend out of Sydney and Shireen? Sydney. To each other. Sydney, of course. But that was the point. Like, honestly, Shireen would have left her at the party if she could have. Shireen's the type of friend that when I'm ready to go, I'm leaving you. And if a dude wants to take me home and I can't find you when I do this, not look for you at the party. If I turn my head to the left and I turn my head to the right and I don't see you, I'm out. That's facts. She is give it to you. Out of there. Sydney was the better friend. Sydney will go upstairs. Sydney will look in the kitchen. Sydney will ask people, have you seen her? She stopped Pops from going upstairs. She did. She's the better friend. To save her. Right. To save and she didn't even, and she wanted Kid, and she still, to save she could have illed on them. She saved Kid. Yeah. She's a much better human being in the movie. That's facts. Much better human being in the movie. And I don't even really have to say it, but who was the better friend out of Kid and Play? Of course, it was Kid. You know what? Play drove past this dude, man. And said there's no room in the past him. He said, was it that kid? What was it? He said, yeah, we got no room here. We gotta get to the party. Yeah. Foul, yo. Super. He went to pick up Bilal's equipment and left that dude for another 2 hours. Because he had a bride in the car. The sun set. And shout out to her.
I think that's the same girl, the Step Off girl. That's the
What
same
is her
girl.
name? Because she is.
I don't know,
She
man.
is a classic Wait.
Kelly Jo Mentor.
She is a
LaDonna.
classic
Her name was LaDonna.
B-list actress from the 90s that
Yep.
was in every movie, and she was a bad
Her name
bitch
was
in every
LaDonna.
movie.
That's
she
who it was.
continues
That's the
to
girl
be a
that
bad
said,
bitch.
step off the chill. He's like,
Yeah.
damn, girl, you looking real good today.
She was a
How about give me those
classic
digits?
face in every black movie back then, and she was always a baddie in everyone. So shout out to her.
Yep.
Shout out to
I'll
her.
give you that one. So. All right, so now, y'all, we're going to get into our hot take.
Okay.
Colorism
Yes.
in this movie is crazy.
It's very fucking.
It's crazy, man.
There is a line in the
Why
sand.
is it that Sydney is the one that's in the suburbs with the good mom? You know what I mean? The good parents have everything together, and she's the light-skinned one. And Shireen got to be the dark-skinned one in the projects. And why is it that Kid is the lead and not Play? Why?
Well, Kid's story is more compelling because he had Robin Harris.
Well, who?
So he
Play
had
couldn't
to,
have been Kid?
No. Because Play can't be...
He looked like more Robin Harris' son than Kid.
Yeah, but Play can't... We needed a what is it? Not the antagonist, the protagonist. But what is it? The protagonist? What is it?
The antagonist. He's not the antagonist. Full Force is probably the antagonist.
So what is
and
he's the
Pops is the antagonist. He's just the buddy partner.
Yeah, we needed the main character needed to be someone that you're rooting for. You don't root for Play. Play's whole persona as Kid and Play, the rappers that they were.
He was the tramp.
Play has never been somebody you're rooting for. Kid has always been the underdog. And in a movie like this, with a strong lead like Robin Harris, you need an underdog story because Robin Harris had to be aggressive and a hovering parent to someone, and you couldn't do that to Play. Play would never. There's no way Play would have listened to his dad. Yeah. Like hands down.
I agree. You got that
hands
one.
Down.
You made me understand that one a little bit more.
Yeah, you can't.
But as far as Sydney and Shireen, that was a common theme in black films back then. Like if you go watch Coming to America, the light skinned sister was the sweet, nice one that's gonna marry Hakeem, and her dark skinned sister is a slut.
But that was that. I think
if for some reason they just made the dark skinned girls more.
They make dark skinned people more aggressive,
right? Or not good. You know what I mean? And the light skinned ones are so high and mighty.
Yeah.
It was a common thing back then. You look at all the movies back then. That happened a lot in a lot of films, man.
Dark skin was
the colorism was crazy. In that.
But also, Play, who was dark skinned, was from a middle class.
That's true.
Well-to-do family.
That's true.
With trusting parents.
But they made him fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so they did. You know what I mean? He was horrible.
He still had.
He told him. He said.
He still had privilege.
He said, "What did he say to the kid in the car?" He said, "What?" He said, "Okay, so Play knows these things. She was down, and I know you was down, and you didn't because you didn't have any birth control."
He was a dick.
He was a dick.
He was definitely.
He said, "Man, I ain't trying to have no kid." He said, "What? That's her problem. You the man. All you gotta do is pay the price, man.
Play
you out of there." I'm like, oh my god.
No, there's a lot of things as young children you should not be taking life lessons from Play and House Party
at all. I still love Play. That's my favorite character.
Yeah,
I love him, man. But he was horrible.
Colorism, I think they did the best they could they did a good job of balancing it, actually, in this movie. Because Play was middle class, even though Shireen was from the projects and Sydney was from middle class as well, they just gave you a little bit of everybody in every scenario in this one. It's not as jarringly discriminatory as we'll see in some other movies that we'll break down. This one was like, all right.
That's facts.
For me, this is a section just why, right? Yeah. So, again, why full force outfit? We talked about that. Like,
holes,
just why? Why?
Stab was looking crazy, man. Both of them, all of them.
All of them look crazy.
Pee-wee was cool.
Tight belt, like what's it? The pleated pants and it was very saved, very saved by the bell. Weird, Mario Lopez.
It was the 80s. It was coming right out. This is 1990. Right. It was coming right out of the 80s, man.
Okay, this is the biggest why of all time.
In all films?
Why was the girl dancing so hard by the DJ booth during the rap battle? Do you remember this scene? She's wearing a Hawaiian-esque red shirt.
Next to Bilal.
And she's dancing.
Oh yeah, she was
hard
grooving.
as fuck.
She was grooving, man.
Like when I tell you dancing hard as fuck, and for whatever reason, there wasn't a lot of people around her, so she stood out next to the DJ booth. There wasn't a lot of people, and she was dancing so fucking hard during the dance battle. If anybody's doesn't know what I'm talking about,
make sure y'all go watch.
Go watch the rap battle.
The rap battle, yeah.
And you will see that one singular girl. Yep. This was her shot too. Yeah. You know she was like, shit, I'm listen, getting this movie. They gonna see me. I am an extra, and you will remember my name.
Right.
And then why when the neighbor, was it John Witherspoon, says, I paid $15,000 for this.
Oh my God. The cheapest. I wish. I'm like, $15,000.
He said, I paid $15,000 for this house.
He was bragging.
You paid $15,000 for a whole fucking house?
That was in LA too. So in the 90s, was that
you paid $15,000 for a whole
$15,000
in a safe neighborhood.
And it was a nice house.
As much as we hated the cops, not for nothing, that was a policed, safe black neighborhood.
Yeah, it was a nice house too.
Mind you, they had white police, but they were there to protect the community, and it wasn't protecting white people. They were fundamentally protecting black people. Yeah. So and then the last why was, why in the 90s did people dance with their motherfucking shoulders and motherfucking hands? As soon as the party opens, everybody's hands is in the air,
just doing
everybody's dancing
like this. It's a dance called the kid play.
Everybody's dancing like this. Yeah. Nothing but fucking shoulders. That was the thing, man. Those movies.
That was the thing back then, man.
So those are my whys to consider. All right.
I wish they still dance like that.
They do not.
It'd be so fun at party. Nobody would be fat no more. Like
I am bringing
the cardio would be so great.
I am bringing shoulders back.
Y'all heard it here. Benny says she's bringing the shoulders back.
I am going to single-handedly bring shoulders back. All right.
That'd be fun.
All right.
All right. So, before we get into ratings, I just want to say this one line.
Okay.
Beat a police sergeant with his own club and didn't run after he did it. Hell no. That was one of the funniest parts to me in the film, man, when he was in jail. That was a wild jail scene.
That was a wild. We didn't even get into the jail. We don't have time for the jail scene. We don't have time for the jail scene.
All right, so ratings.
Yes.
Now, the criteria for ratings in the BFQ podcast is, I doubt if me and her get to rate this movie today, because you're automatically disqualified from ratings if you've seen it 10 times.
Okay.
It's a 10. Automatically. If it's a movie that you watch more than 10 times, that means you purposely watched it 10 times, which means it's a 10. It's an automatic 10.
It's automatic times. I've seen the movie like 50 times.
I've seen that movie. I don't even know how many times.
Million, bazillion, trillion times.
So the rating for House Party is a 10.
It's a 10. Know what I mean? 100%.
Super classic. Y'all knew it was going to be a 10 for me, but when I first told y'all my top 5 list, it's number one movie. So shout out to House Party, man.
Shout out to
Kid Play. Shout out to Tisha Campbell. Shout out to AJ Johnson. Rest in peace,
Lawrence.
Robin Harris. Shout out to Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
And rest in peace, John Witherspoon. You know.
Yes.
And that's we're gonna wrap that up for BFQ for House Party.
House Party.
Yeah, I'm your host, Nick Quotes.
I'm your co-host, Benny Ash. What up?
And we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Peace.